Hello and welcome. I'm going to have a go today at the second quarterfinal of the MEWC Microsoft Excel World Championship Brazilian chapter by this crazy man, Laennder Alves. This case, a little unusually, was an hour rather than just 30 minutes, and even then, what I gather from the scoreline is that it was still extremely hard. I know that, and I know that there were a bunch of emoji in the answers. But other than that, I don't think I know anything about this one. So let's start the timer and dive on in. This challenge is presented in the form of a story. As you progress, you'll follow the events of the Kingdom of Planilia while solving Excel-based tasks. Each task contains both narrative passages and practical illustrations. Green text is the narrative, black text is the instructions. Okay, well, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is a lot of fun. I might read it later, but timer's ticking. Key concepts. Items, equipment, and map whenever needed. Creatures, dexterity, technique, and magic. Okay. Equipment provides attack and defense. Okay. Oh my god. Items may or may not have attack. Oh boy, this is going to be a complicated game. An attribute can be reduced to 0, but never below 0. All items and equipment have minimum requirements to be used, such as okay. Items and equipment also have weights that may influence logistical decisions. Oh my word. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so ID, item, name, description, type, class, effect, requirement, weight. I guess that's just the name in Portuguese. Fine. Bússola mística, chave. Yeah, okay, fine. I guess I'll leave it there anyway. I'll just call it name PT. And then let's make this a table. And we'll call this I guess. I'll call it IT for item. Alright, and then equipment. I'll call this EQ. And just name this MP for now. And let's go start answering some questions. Bonuses later. Identify the name of each item that makes up the initial travel stock. Okay. So I think we're just XLOOKUP this in IT item name. Sorry, no, in item. Return from IT item name. Yes. Okay, and we have, yes, score is hidden. Fine. Level 2, consult the inventory to find the weight of each item and calculate the total weight of each shipment to present to the guards. Okay, so some XLOOKUP this in IT item, returning from IT weight. Nope, didn't like that. What? Oh, right, gotcha. If not found, 0. Oh, sorry. I remembered it being 2520, but it was 2530, so we're good. Move on. Level 3. The challenge then is to choose the best combination of one weapon and one piece of armor. Consult the attack and defense attributes. If more than one combination offers the same advantage, choose the one with the lower weight. Okay. Oh, got it. So the best choice when combining one weapon and one armor is cross-sword and ornamental chestplate. So that's because this has the highest defense, and this has the highest attack. Got it. Okay. So equipment. Okay, attribute. Fine. So let's just get rid of these super wide columns here. Why? Oh, they all are fine. Whatever. So I'm just going to say ATK, DEF. Are there other attributes? ATK, DEF. No, fine. So this is going to be just text after this and $1 and times 1. And same thing here. And then and A, go away. Happy days. Okay. So we're going to now. So we're going yeah, fine. So let ATK be X lookup this in equipment. We're going equipment returning from equipment attack. Yep, that's fine. But also, as a tiebreaker, I want the one with the lowest weight. Choose the one with the lower weight. So, higher attack, I want to subtract off the weight. So that, yes, that's good. So subtract off weight over 1,000. Okay, then my def will be, oops, X lookup this in def, subtract off the weight again. Okay, then my, I guess just my answer will be X lookup 10 to the 6 in ATK, returning from here, exact match for next smaller item. What is it? So it's cross sword, okay, and X lookup 10 to the 6 in def, returning from the same thing. Match for next smaller item. Oh yeah, and then return answer. So does that? Oh no, sorry. Okay, so then I also want name. Okay, X lookup that same range again in equipment, returning from sort of returning from equipment name. And then I've lost what? I think I've lost the word ants here. Oh my god, it's so loud. Why do you keep shouting in my ear? I don't like it at all. Okay, what's going on? Here is my attack, my defense. Oh, no, what? Name. Sorry. What? Here's my name. Name value, yes. My name value, my name value. Ah, okay, that one's broken. Okay, there we go. But now I want to return from name. And from name. Okay, so I think that finally got it. Nope. Yes, good. Okay. All right. Calculate the worksheet's strength by applying the given formula. It is important to consider the items the worksheet may be carrying, as they can alter them. I'm sorry, what? Okay, fine. D squared plus T over 3 plus D to the n. Oh my good lord. Okay. Use the base attributes of the worksheet. What worksheet? Okay, sorry. So here are the base attributes. Gotcha. Along with the along with the equipment attributes, attack from the weapon and defense from the armor, yes. Example for the worksheet has the following base attributes, yes. Tribal boomerang and a steel tunic, which grant attack 9 and defense 18 respectively, also carrying 2 items. Okay, got it. So weapon, armor, and then 2 items. Good God. Increase technique by 2 in the mystic compass, which has no effect. Whew. Okay. Sorry, let's okay, so this effect. Oh my god. Many effects. Attack, defense, magic, technique, dexterity, whatever. Okay. Whew. Requirement. Okay. Only D. I mean, in that case, let's just D greater than or equal to. And then let's just get rid of that, because it's really just a numeric field. Okay, and then these effects, 2, 3, 4, I think there are 5 different things that could come in here. So there's ATK, df, d, t, and m. Is that the right order to put them in? d, t, and m, yes, fine. So then it's going to be, so let's just do text split this by a comma, space, okay, then text after that by this, let's just make it $2, and let's lock that. Okay, times 1. Sum if error 0. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, there is actually a -1 effect. Fine. Fine. Okay. So then, okay. So, I want these 3 things. Then I want xlookup this in item, no, equipment, equipment, returning from equipment ATK, and then here I want to return from DF, and sorry, then I need these to be in a different place. So let's just do this. And those are still live linked, yes, okay. Good. Okay, so then I want choose rows of IT D to DF, X match this against IT item, no, not ID, item, yes. Okay, then I want to bycall that sum, and then I want to add all of those effects to these. And then finally, I want to work out this big crazy formula here. So, this is DTM, TM, 8K, DF. Okay. So, I want D squared plus T over 3 plus, no, sorry, times D to the power of M. But hang on, sorry. I gotta remember the lower limit also. Oh, and I gotta watch out for gaps here. Oh my god, this is... Laennder, you never like to make it easy. 2 times attack plus defense squared. Okay. Well, that number is right at least. But okay, so... So here I can just say to call of this by 3, and that will sort out if there's only one of them there, but then I also need so they can go to 0 but not below 0, I think that's what the note said. This is the kind of thing that Laennder likes to mention up here and then never again. Yes, an attribute. No, which are attributes? These are attributes, these are not. Okay, fine. So, so let A be all that madness. Then I'm going to say if A is less than 0, then 0, otherwise A. I don't even, yeah, I think it's fine. good. Oh, because there are no items here. All right, fine. Then we will say if error. Oh, if error. All this stuff. No, not that last bit. Then 0. All right, I don't know. I think so. We're only on level 4. I guess this is an hour case, so maybe that's not to freak out about. In the map sheet, you find the entrances to several interconnected tunnels, each indicated by arrows. Zoom. Okay. The arrow at the entrance indicates the direction you must follow. Move as indicated and collect all the items you find along the way. You must stop whenever you encounter another arrow pointing in a different direction from the one you're currently following. Your answer should be icons representing the items you collect along the way. Okay. So first we'll do add to, first we'll import my lambdas. Then we'll do add to ref of this on MP. And hopefully we can, oh, funny, I thought these were different than usual arrows, but I think maybe they're just done small. Okay, so then, yeah, by definition there will not be an item there, so we just need to do scan, add to RC ref of this guy. Just come back to this in a second. That's not finished, but it'll give it a start. How wide is the map? 50, and presumably 50 the other way as well. Yes, it is. Okay, so we go 50 steps. So sequence 50 times R2 RC ref of add to ref of that. And I guess we could do sequence comma 50 to make it spell across. Cool. Then we could do RC ref to ref of all that stuff on MP. Okay, and then let A be that, and I want to filter A where A is not equal to 0 times, no, plus A is not equal to X, which is my out of bounds return. Oh, that's not good. Oh, sorry. Sorry, so not equal to 0 and should, that's not good. That's very, very not good. Okay, let's go look at F7. Hang on. The entrance coordinate of the tunnel is cell F7, includes a path to the right. Okay, I don't, let's see. F7. Yes. And, yeah, that should be definitely picking something up there. So just call that filter for a second and come back to A. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Why not? So addressed RC ref, yeah, that's fine. Sequence 50 times RC ref of add to ref, yeah. So let's just look at this for a second. 1. Yeah, which means move it to the right. Okay. Just call that refs and zone thing. So let's look at refs. What? Where's this going on here? Yeah, what? That doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, you moron. Sorry. Start at 1 step of 0. I want to have 50 moves. I don't want to have each move getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not right. So that looks better, except that we still, for some reason, have these zeros in. Which I guess is because they're still floating. No, what the? Okay, why am I still getting the zeros? Built equals 0. True. What is this madness? Okay, this is kind of annoying me, but whatever. Okay, just do filter A where A is not equal to 0. That's better. Okay, now, how are we going to deal with the arrow thing? So first things first, I want to have this separated. So let's do this part. Start R. Give me that. Okay, so then is no. Let's say diff R would be is number x match filled against my list of arrows times filled different from start R. And then let's try filter filt for diff R. Okay, good. So then we're going to take filt by x match true against diff R, and if not found, 50. No, crap, that's not good. So I'm saying it is an arrow, and it's not the start arrow. Oh, yeah, well, I guess I want to say it's 1. There we go. And -1. Okay, there we go. And finally concat. Whew. Good. Okay, level 6. This time, it's not enough to simply follow the first direction you see. The journey must continue, and whenever a new arrow appears, you must change course. The path continues until you reach the end of the tunnel, marked by the something symbol. What is that symbol? This symbol, okay. Or until your carrying capacity is exhausted. Oh, my word. Many items require a minimum level of dexterity to be used. If you do not meet the requirement, you cannot take the item with you. Okay. Your answer must be the icons representing the items you collect along the way. Okay. What's level 7? Absolute difference between the total damage dealt by the hero and the total damage dealt by the villain after 10 to... Okay, this is something completely separate. Fine. Come back to that. Alright. Oof. I think this will be better handled by a data table. So we'll call this L6. We want, oops, sorry. In B, returning from G to I. Okay, and labels entrance dexterity capacity. Okay, so I want to carry over a bunch of the workings from here, I think. So let's just, let's put this here as text, I think. Okay, so start arrow, yes. Okay, then my refs, yes. So add to ref, add to ref that. Sorry, let's put this closer. Actually, let's make this just G. And make this lock and this lock. And copy that across, and then we put them separately. Okay, so then this one down. Okay, now add to ref of that. Add to ref of that and that. Okay. So those are the locations. Yes, good. Then, yeah, I guess I want to go straight to those being items, really. On MP, and I also want to go straight to filtering. So yeah, let's just let A be that and go on from there. Then we're going to take from filt if error x match sort of x match 1 against diff r -1, then 50. Okay. No, it's not working. No, not the starter. Yeah, what? Okay, so I just do this for a second. Let's v stack filt and diff r. What? Oh, because you don't have start r. That's fine. Stupid. Okay, fine. Still not working though. There's your different arrow. So what's the... So x match 1 against diff r. Oh, if I just... Yeah, I'm missing a comma. Stupid. Alright, fine. Okay. And actually I don't want the -1 because I want to know the last arrow. Okay. So that's that. Then this is going to be take from here, -1. No, that's not enough. God, this is getting complex. Because I also need to know the address of this. Okay. So then let this be... Okay, so take the scan. Call that refs. Refs be that, and then all that. Then I want A to be, I guess, V stack refs with that. Then filter A where take A1 is not 0. Yeah. Then this has to be also take filt 1. This has to be take filt 1. Okay, so sorry, I stacked that the wrong way around. So whoops, there we go. Okay, so now call that TMP. God, I'm getting terrible with my naming, but anyway. So then we're going to hstack take TMP from TMP row 1 and take from TMP last row and last column. Okay. Phew. Made it at last. Okay. So then we'll add to rcref of that. And wherever I'm, yeah. Then this can be to ref of that on MP. Good. And add to ref. It's rc ref. So that can just be this. And are there any other? Yes, there are. Add to ref. So this can be RC ref to ref of this. And then we're good. Okay, so then this can go there. This can come down. That can come down. Okay. So then I also want to stop when I get to that thing. And how many of that thing are there? Would be helpful to know. There are plenty, and they're in lots of different places. Okay, fine. Okay, so then I want to say, so diff_r is going to be that plus take built 1 equals okay, good. Okay, so then I'm going to say to call ifs. What am I trying to say here? First thing is we don't know how many of these there are, so let's expand a lot. Whoa, what? Sorry. Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So then I want to say to call. No, I want to say let A be all of this and all of this, and make it nice and big. Go out to 50 columns, yes. Then I want to say mask B has to be A not equal to blank times use error. I don't want arrows. So X match A against ours. And I don't want numbers. So 1 minus is number A. And then I want ifs mask, then A, in order to call that 3. Ugh. Why? Why? Alright, let's move this down here somewhere as we go down to row 48. Let's go down to here, and I'll call that out for a second and just show me mask. Presumably means mask is erroring out. No, mask seems to be fine. What's the bloody problem then? Oh, because I said comma 4 like a moron. Okay, there we go. And then I want to drop the last one because that is the end. Okay. So, wow, that took forever. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so then I need to filter based on my dexterity. So we'll call this canpick. Then we'll call dex min the xlookup canpick in these items or equipment or both. God. Items. Okay, good. Item, returning from item requirement. There we go. And then show me dex min. Good. And then we're going to filter canpick where dex min has to be less than or equal to your actual dexterity. Okay, good. So now you got 3 items. Now let's just look up these in IT item returning from IT item name. The whole lot, please. Color for Sunday hot dog screwdriver. Okay. Collect it. Capacity goes next hot dog. Cannot carry it. 4th and final item screwdriver. Okay, got it. So now What just happened? That's scary. Please recalculate. Okay, good. Alright, uh, I'm just going to call this canpick2. It's a terrible name, but whatever. Then weight will be xlookup canpick2 in height item, returning from height weight. That extra space is weird, but fine. So then I want to scan, starting from capacity through minus weight, lambda a v. If a is greater than v, then a minus v, otherwise a. What? That's gone in the wrong direction. Oh, right, because I made it negative and then subtracted it. So a plus v. Ooh, that's very not good. Right, yes, okay, fine. So don't do the minus there, do the greater than for the comparison, and then do a minus there. Okay, good. Then, so this is, I don't know, I'm just going to call this SCN for scan, and then picked is going to be rev of SCN fill with capacity. That's not what picked is actually going to be, but let's just see if that, yes, good. So that minus SCN, good, is greater than 0. Good. Yes. And then finally, we're going to filter canpick2 by picked. And we're going to concat it. Thought I'd never be done, but here I am, I think. Now, can I insert a column here without this breaking? Yes, just about. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, sorry, my nose is running a lot at the moment. Okay, level 7. Got 20 minutes left. I'm not sure that's enough at the rate this is going. Actually, calculate the absolute difference between total damage dealt by the hero and the total damage dealt by the villain after 10 turns. The battle is organized into 10 turns each turn, with the hero and the villain perform one action each. Every action is represented by an icon, oh my word, and the 2 icons of each turn are shown inside brackets. Okay? So, here is a pair of actions, here is a pair of actions. Okay. What? Okay, fine. Okay, first icon is always the hero, second is the villain's. Possible actions are accumulate energy, attack, represented by the weapons icon, see equipment sheet. Attack power is calculated using this crazy formula, fine. Defend, represented by the armor's icon, see equipment sheet, fine. Use an item, represented by the items icon, see equipment sheet. Items can alter attributes of whoever uses them, hero or villain, starting from the following turn until the until the end of battle. Okay, item effects are cumulative. Damage in each turn is always calculated as attack power minus defense absorption if the opponent defends. Attack power if the opponent does not defend. Okay. So this is defense absorption, this is attack power. Oh my god, this is complicated. Fine. Both items and equipment have requirements. If the hero or villain does not meet the requirements at the start of the battle, the action has no effect. Okay. Only against initial attributes, fine. First turn is represented by this. Hero's action is an attack. Attack 9. So you do a bunch of calculations, you get this. Okay, fine. Wow, this is very complicated. Alright, so this is definitely going to be another data table. So we'll do L7, example 7. Let's just do X match against BB. And then we want this. Okay. Okay, go away. Actually, no, sorry, let's split this out. So we're going to index. Ah. Oh my god, sod off. Let me close a bloody formula. So this is in column G and then I. Fine. G by that. And this one is in I. Okay, and then we're going to text split this by, sorry, get rid of that, and do this. Okay, that's DTM. And actually, let's do ATK and def as well. Actually, wait. There are effects on attack which are cumulative, but you don't have a permanent attribute that is attack. So does that mean that there's only ever one kind of attack? That's concerning. Okay, sorry. Hero's action is attack. The hero takes no damage this turn. Choose no attack. The villain suffers damage. Fine. Second turn, we have this. The hero's action is to accumulate energy. The villain's action is to attack. Tribal boomerang. Okay. Actually used an item. Oh yeah, so this is a different, yeah, the tribal boomerang, and now has the iron hammer, which means that you have no permanent attack. So what does a cumulative change to attack mean? That concerns me. I don't understand how that can work. At least these can only that can only be go away. That can only be positive. This can be negative. So what does it mean? I don't know how to interpret that. That's annoying me. Okay, fine. Let's carry on for now. So I'm going to point to I instead of G. So DTM. Really? The villain has 0? Yes, 0. Okay, fine. Okay, then moves. Okay, then I want to text split. Column delimiter can be in the row. No, sorry, those are the row delimiters. Column delimiter is that guy, I think. And no empties. Yes, good. Okay, so hero villain. And then I want to type these. So type hero and villain. So if is number x match this against IT item, then item if x lookup this in equipment returning from what? Okay. Then weapon, otherwise armor, I guess. But that does not, no, wait. That does not account for the charge up, which is there, good. Yeah. So there are only 4 possibilities, right? So item, armor, weapon, attack, okay. So if this equals this, charge, otherwise all this other stuff. Okay. Wowzer. Okay, attack power. That's alright. So ATK, DF, ATK, DF. So I guess here we'll say if this, no, sorry, not that. Go away. If, let's just do this, equals weapon, then X lookup. This in equipment returning from ATK, otherwise blank. Okay. And similarly, yeah. Then similarly, let's lock that and lock that. Put that across. And now I also want to pick up DF. Ooh, that's not good. But, oh, yeah, not if it's weapon, if it's armor. Okay. So then attack power equals 4 times D plus 2 times M plus T, all to the power of something. Are you kidding? To the power of 1 plus, what is E? Crying out loud. Okay, let's go look. E is energy. What is energy? Where is energy? Oh, got it. But it begins the battle with 0 energy. Fine. Oh my god. Okay. E, 0. And sorry, I should move all of this stuff up so that we can have these fall right below these. Okay. Fine. To the power of 1 plus energy over 10 times attack. And that's 0 because we didn't copy these out. For now, I'll fill these all down. And then, sorry, charge up. Energy is consumed to enhance either attack or defense. However, when an attack is made, energy is reset to 0. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so if this if is number this, then 0. No. Oh god. Is number that, then 0. Otherwise, if this equals charge, then 1. Otherwise 0 plus this. Okay. Good lord, this is complicated already, and I haven't even modeled a half of it. And okay, actually, at this point, am I getting like It's not out of the question that I'll get there. If oh my god, sod off. Is number that, then all this stuff, otherwise blank. You lost an opening bracket, fine. Okay, so he attacks with 352 somewhere. Is that somewhere? I don't see that number anywhere. Oh my god. Okay, so item. Here is an item. What does this item do? This in IT item returning from IT D to M. 002, okay. So let's say get rid of these two, and let's say equals this plus if this equals item, then that, otherwise 0. Ooh, we didn't like that. What? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that. Except okay, so let A be all that stuff, then if A is less than 0, then then 0, otherwise A. Just to be safe, because that is the kind of thing Laennder likes to trip you up on. Okay, so that's attack. My god, this is so complicated. Defense absorption. Looks quite, that looks very similar. It's exactly the same. What the, why are we complicating this so much? Okay, so just make this mult, for goodness sake. And then, what do we, yeah, fine. So just get rid of all that stuff and make it that. That's weird, but okay. So then, sorry, what happens to who has what starting health? No information is given on that. Oh, okay, so we're interested in the difference in the damage, it's fine. So, damage. I'll have to come back to that. Alright, so attack, defense, energy, multiple, and finally damage. Whew! This is exhausting. Okay, so if that's bad. Okay, if this equals item, then X look up this in that. So no items for you. Fine. So just weapon, armor. Oh no, there's an item here. Just and we have to figure out if you can use it too. Fucker. Okay, so so we can do this, but we're going to multiply it by X lookup this item in item returning from requirement. That's the required dexterity, and that has to be less than or equal to this dexterity. Ooh, what? What the hell just happened there? Sorry. Wrap that in brackets. So now we see no change, and that's kind of good. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the villain. Instead of A4, it's going to be B4. And instead of F $3, it's going to be N $3. Okay, so then, yes, then the villain doesn't get to use that item. Good. So if instead of C, it's going to be D. Instead of A, it's going to be B. And instead of attack, it's going to be defense. Okay, no, that's not working. Why not? Oh, because that's the word weapon. So this should be armor. Okay. And then the energy is number 3. Okay, so just that has to become D. But otherwise, yes, that formula will carry over. This has to become D. Fine. Never charge up. Okay, fine. Multiple. Okay. So finally, we can calculate the damage done, and that's going to be if this equals weapon, then attack times mult. Yeah, actually, just if error attack times mult minus if error defense times mult 0, then 0. Sorry, no, it's got to be max of that and 0. Okay, and then here, attack times mult, yes, defense over here times mult, which is here. Okay, so total damage done, 430 versus 874. Any of this looking right? Nope. 14. 202. Oh dear lord, that's going very badly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on turn 6 you should do damage, and on turn 4 you should do no damage. Oh boy. Here he defends. Defends 230, and you do 200. Yeah. What? Okay, that's not good. Okay, got it. Okay, I should have managed my time better. Let's look at some bonuses quickly. How many can be used by dexterity level 3 adventurers? Count ifs. The items requirement is less than or equal to 3. Now, that's what if, is there always a requirement? Oh, God, go away. Why is it coming up over there, for goodness sake? Here we go. Yes, okay, there always is a requirement, so 38 is the answer, fine. If the equipment collection was the total weight, considering only the heaviest item of each type. Okay, equals sum of group by equipment type, equipment weight, max, 0, 0. According to the logic of level 4 challenges, what is the maximum strength and worksheet with 721 can reach if equipped with the best weapon and armor allowed by its attributes, assuming no items are being used? Oh, good lord. Go back to that. Based on the logic from level 6, if you explore every possible path on the map sheet, how many cells are considered walkable? Treat all cells containing arrows as well as the path end marker as walkable cells. I don't know. Alright. Well, I think that is where I make it to for the 1 hour challenge. I don't think I'm getting anything else done. I guess the obvious thing to do is to just take this anyway. You never know, you might get one of them right. That minus that. Do I round? Oh god, there's no seconds left. What the? Seriously? Where? Are there words anywhere here? Alright, never mind. Just round this 0. Okay, they're in. They're probably all wrong, but whatever. 1 hour stop time. How do I do? 78. Alright, so you got that, got that, got that. Oh, one of these wrong. That's interesting. Someone dancing shoes. I don't know, whatever. I got that. A couple of these wrong, but mostly right. One of those wrong, but mostly right. All of those wrong. Well, that's not surprising. Huh. That was just a lot, I guess. 260. Yeah, fine. And I got those two right. Whew. That was a bloody hard case. Alright, well, it's already been an hour, and it's getting late here, so I think I'm going to leave it at that, and maybe I'll come back to the rest another time. Laennder, you're a brutal, brutal man. But it was a fun case. Alright, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, I finished recording last night with the thought that I'll just come back to this in another video, and then I remembered I've got this enormous backlog of videos that I want to record that I haven't. So I'm not going to come back to it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to try and do it quick. So I have looked since. This one, really silly. The weights of the equipment are up to 5,500, which means that equipment divided by 1,000 is not a good tiebreaker. You just need to divide by a bigger number. So equipment divided by, or sorry, weight, I mean, divided by 10 to the 6 is a good one, and that fixes it. So the Savage Axe and the whatever it was before, the Runic Saw, I think, are just close together in attack, and the Savage Axe is much heavier, so that was being dragged down too much. All right, this one was okay. This one, I rightly said don't stop when you get to any arrow, only stop when you get to a different arrow, but then you also have to, if you pass through another arrow, you do have to drop that along the way. So let's see, I think we can say, what are we doing? This bit here, we could say with arrows is all that stuff, and then, then we can just put it in here, and then we can say filter with arrows is error x match with arrows against my defined constant for arrows, and that gets out the arrows. Oops, sorry. Try again. No. The one that I changed, please, was this one, I think. And that'll fix the other one that went wrong as well. Okay. Then this one, this is a really silly error. No excuse. But right in here, when I did the lambda, I said greater than, but if it's equal to, then you can still fit it in your pack. And that changes exactly one level, which is this one, where you can add one more thing. Okay, so that's level 6. Level 7, I'm just going to, here's one I made earlier because I wasn't confident I could solve that live. Okay, bonus 3. According to the logic from the level 4 challenge, what's the max strength an orc sheet with these stats could use if equipped with the best weapon and armor allowed by its attributes? So I never did, and I actually needed to for level 7, but I never did get around to splitting up these requirements. So let's do that now. We'll do D, T, and M, and we can use a very similar logic to splitting up the effects over here. So let's just grab this formula. We'll put it here. Then this needs to point to D, this needs to point to here, and then I'm going to need that greater than or equal to sign as well to come on in here. Okay, so that's the D, that's the T, that's the M. So now I go to level 4 where I have that worksheet calculation. And I'm going to put in the stats after modification. So what is it? I think it's 7, 2, 1. Yes, 7 dexterity, 2 technique, 1 magic. So 7, 2, 1. And then for the attack and defense, we just want max ifs of equipment attack, where equipment D has to be less than or equal to this, and then repeat for the other two stats. So T has to be less than or equal to the next column, and M has to be less than or equal to the next column. So that's the best possible attack. This is the best possible defense. and then we just copy down that calculation, and that is the best possible stat. And then the other two are both related to level 6. So first, based on the logic from level 6, if we explore every possible path on the map sheet, how many cells are considered walkable, including cells containing arrows as well as the path end marker. And still following the logic from level 6, there's one item on the map that cannot be captured even if you walk through every available path. What is the name of that item? So I was going to do it adding to this data table, but actually I think we can do it more simply. So let's do insert new sheet. We'll do B 4 plus 5, not 4 plus percent, 4 plus 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to get the list of all the arrows in the map. So I'm going to say if MP is not equal to, if is number x match MP against my arrows, then MP, and that'll give me all that stuff. And then I can say, make that ifs, and then it'll be errors wherever they're not. But I don't want to give MP, I want to give row column of MP. So this will give me the locations in my row column code of all that stuff, all the arrows, and then I can call that with 3. So these are all the arrows that appear. So then I want to ref, not add ref, ref of all of these on MP. That'll give me the direction we're going in. And then I want to take sequence of 50 columns starting from here in steps of R to RC ref of that. Wait, oh, there we go. So there's the 50 steps you can take from there and from everywhere else. And then, but no, I need to stop when I get to other arrows. Bother. Okay, so let refs be this. Then I'll call it contents be to ref of refs on MP. And I'm going to say R. I'm going to stop the arrow or the end will be is number x match cont against my list of arrows plus cont equals that stop symbol, which I can go find over here. There it is. Then we want to take refs, and the number of columns we want to take is if error, just the same similar logic before, x match 1 against r or end, and if that's not found, then take all 50. Okay, that seems suspicious. So the first arrow goes nowhere. No, that doesn't make any sense. Of course it doesn't. So what have I done wrong? Oh, right. So, so the problem is that you're getting the first one. You're matching the arrow itself, which is not good. So I guess we'll drop from this the first column and then add 1 to what we're matching. Okay, and then that, if I do to ref of that on MP, yes, we're getting to the arrow and then we're including the arrow, so that's good. Okay. So now I want unique of to call of all of this stuff. Should be going out to 50 just to be safe. 3, not 33. Okay. So these are all the places that you can get to, which I think was the first question. How many cells are considered walkable? So that's just the number of these, which is 1112. And then, still following the logic from level 6, there's one item on the map that cannot be captured even if you walk through every available path. What is the name of this item? So for this, I'm just going to do a quick mask. So first, I'm going to get row column numbers of the map. Then I'm going to X match that against this list here. That's fine. And then I'm going to say is number. No, sorry, I'm going to say is error of that. And then I'm going to say ifs, all that stuff, then MP. And then I'm going to call that with 3, and that still includes a bunch of zeros. So let's just say let A be that and filter A. Oh, we didn't like that. Sorry, yeah. Because the other one is not a number. So filter A where A is not equal to 0. That gives us our single item, and then we can XLOOKUP that item in item, returning from item name, magic popcorn, which I think is the answer. Hooray. So that, a little cruelly, I feel, Laennder, there was much that was cruel about this case, but the fact that you couldn't get to a sweet 4-digit score without getting anything in level 7 was particularly harsh. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to rebuild level 7 live. I'm going to go to here's one I made earlier and just show you the stuff that I changed. So first, I hadn't taken account of usability, so I added a test for that, which also required, I think I did this in the other one for the bonus anyway, but required splitting the usability requirements here into DT and M. So then just says if it's a charge, then it's usable. If it's an item, then you look up the item because there was only ever a requirement on dexterity in the item column, and otherwise you look up the equipment. So in other words, weapons and armor were both from the equipment table. You look up the required dexterity, talent, and magic. I don't remember what T was. Anyway, and you multiply those all together to say if it's usable. So these 3 are all usable. This weapon is not usable, and this one is not, and so on down. So that was the first change. Second change, I mused about this in the video and could have figured it out if I read the instructions, but then the video would have been 2 hours. Sorry, Laennder. But somewhere in here it describes. So I was wondering about how can your attack is not a persistent thing. It comes from a weapon, and the weapon changes from turn to turn. So how can you have a modifier to your attack? So the answer is somewhere in here. It mentions, there's so many words. I've just read this in the last 15 minutes and I still can't find it. Okay, here we are. The item used by the hero has the effect attack +2 and magic +2. Starting from the next turn, all weapons used by the hero in attacks gain +2 attack. Yeah. So basically, instead of just having an attack and defense, I added 2 new columns, which were attack modifier and defense modifier, both starting off at 0. And then I expanded this to pull all 5 columns from the item modifier table. And I also, because the defense modifier could be negative, this thing where I said if it's less than 0, then make it 0, I only applied that to the first 3, the DT and M attributes, but not to the modifiers. I think the attack modifier was never negative, but the defense modifier could be. But anyway, so that gave me the modifiers, and then I just add the modifier here and also multiply the weapon by the weapon check condition by whether it's usable. And then the energy also, I had the logic a little bit wrong. So this one here, where you attack here and then charge here, the logic said if you had used a weapon on your last turn, then you reset to 0. But I was here, where you had used a weapon and now we're charging, I was resetting to 0. It should have been reset the old amount to 0 and then add 1 if there's a charge. So that meant that you had some charge here, which ended up being used on this hit, and then you get some more charge there. And then finally the damage, there was, I was wondering as I flapped about rounding, and the answer was there was something here. Attack power must always be rounded down to an integer. Defense absorption must always be rounded down to an integer. So I added a few int things in there, and then applied all the same things to the villain, and then my answers were right. Okay. Tough case. A lot of fun, but very tough, especially that level 7. I'll be very impressed if anybody got that out on a live solve, even with an hour to do it. But that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.